You guys, I don't have a tripod yet, so here goes. Well, I don't have a steamer, I don't have anything. So however you guys see me. So today is step three. That's step three that I've been disturbing everybody about. It.
Step three.
The day has finally come. Unfortunately, I don't have a dress that doesn't have pockets. But this one I'm wearing has just two pockets, so I think I should be good. We'll check. And alright, I don't think I'm going to be able to talk in between and all that. Let's see how it goes, but I'll definitely come back to give the review on how I think step three went. Even though everybody says not to worry that in step three you feel like you failed, but that you would not fail. So yeah, that's what I'm hoping for. And let me go downstairs so that I can wait for my taxi, and I'll see you guys later. Step 3, day 2. This is my breakfast and my snacks. I don't have food, right? I don't have food cooked, so I'm going to eat biscuits in the cab and drink water. And then just keep 2 extra bottles of water in my bag because I used 2 bottles of water yesterday. They are small bottles, so yeah, I was just drinking water in the dormitory yesterday. And then apples, 2 for breakfast, 2 for break, and bananas. And I have like some muffins and biscuits, Oreos biscuits. I broke all the rules that said no carb, no sugar, no rush, no crash. I don't care. Not today. I didn't even think of all those protein. It was when I got to the prometry yesterday that I saw a guy with Nescafe with hazelnuts, protein drink, this. I'm like, oh, yeah, they said we should take high protein low carbs. What will be. The exam is half knowledge, half stamina. I think today is better. Yesterday was 232 questions. Today is 180 questions. And then those 13 CCS cases. So should be a shorter day and a better day, hopefully. I'm just eager to be done. Like now I get it when people say, I just want it to be done, I just want it to be done. I really just want to be done. This is like the most relaxed exam. Not like I don't panic. My first block yesterday, I panicked. But I think I just know that the stakes for me are lower, right? I've marched, blah, blah, blah. So I just need to pass, right? So I'll see you guys after. Bye. The next time I'm coming to Prometric is going to be for internal medicine boards in 3 years. This feels good. God. First of all, I hope I passed. Obviously, that's the first thing. Oh yeah, I'm not coming back here. But this Prometric is very beautiful. I like the ambience. In a very nice building. Step 3 was long. Like, whoever thought we should do step 3 in 2 days? When they told me that day 2 was 9 hours, I was like, okay. And this is like the one exam I didn't really bother so much about how many hours, how many questions. I was just going there, like, when they said, oh, your exam is 7 hours, like, okay. Like, I was hearing those things for the first time. Like, they were discoveries to me. So, I'll see you guys. Hopefully, you guys hear from me when my result is out. Let's hope it's good. Bye. Hey, welcome back. So I want to talk about my step 3 experience. So step 3 is the last exam in the USMLEs. I took step 3 in June of 2024 after I'd matched, and the reason was because I didn't have a visa to be in the US, and unfortunately you can only take step 3 in the US. So I knew that it was something I was going to do after I'd matched. So if I had the experience to come in to do US clinical experience, that would have been the best time for me because same flight ticket, same housing and accommodation and everything. But I didn't have that chance. So since I knew I was going to apply without USCE, I also knew I was going to apply without step 3. And my plan was to do it immediately I came in, which is what I did. So step 3 is a 2-day exam. I don't know who thought that 2 days, they need 2 days for it. But yeah, it is, and they've been doing it and it's been working for them. So the first day is MCQs. So I think it's around 40 questions, like 38, 39, 40. 40 questions of what I'm going to put it in the screen of how many blocks I had in the first day. Step 3, day 1, feels vague. That's what everybody says. I scoured Reddit. I was on Reddit every other day reading. They want experience. So after I'd matched, I paid for step 3. The cost is, I think, a little bit under $1,000. I'm also going to put like everything on the, like I'll put on the screen so I don't say the things that are not true. So I paid, and you know when you pay for exam, you kind of get more serious. And paying for the exam was one thing. I was also preparing to travel, so there was the traveling back home to Lagos, back forth, the shopping, the everything, and also like reading is not fun sometimes. And then in between, I was still trying to tell myself that you register for this exam and stuff. But thankfully, at that time, because I'd matched, step 3 was now lesser stakes in a sense. So I don't know how important step 3 is for fellowship, but I know that it is not the most important thing for fellowship. Yes, a good score will always help, but I've heard that it's not the most important. So the pressure wasn't there because, as I already said. But at the same time, I also had my own personal goal. So yes, I knew that I didn't have to score, I didn't have to have a 270, but I also had my own personal, this is what I want to have and stuff. So I went to YouTube, watched a couple of videos. Oh, what's this exam like? How do people study for it? And the general consensus was UWorld and CCS cases. I'm like, okay, let's do this. I'm going to link to very helpful videos that I watched that helped. One was from Dr. Deva, I hope I'm saying her name right. She's a PGY2 in New York. I loved her video. And one was, I don't remember this guy's name, but that video was so helpful for me in my CCS cases. So I started UWorld first. UWorld had a little under 2,000 questions. So some days I would study and do so well, do so many, and then other days, I wouldn't do anything. But that's usual, that's what an exam prep looks like. So I started working on the UWorld questions. I took notes just to help me with my concentration. And I don't think I necessarily read those notes again. I tried not to write so much. I just tried to focus on the education objectives. You don't have to. Many people do step 3 in residency when they're so busy. They do it preparing in 2 weeks. Some people do 4 weeks. Whatever works for you, right? So you don't have to study for it you're doing step 1 or step 2. But yeah, I took notes, but in my notes I just put circles on the things that I wanted to still see again. I don't think I really went back to those notes. And for me, taking notes is not a measure of, I'm going to read these notes. It does help me know what I've done and what I've not done. It's just a personal validation thing, not scientifically proven and stuff. So I did that for UWorld, and then I got CCS cases and I started CCS cases. Initially, CCS cases was a bit upwards. Some things you can get as low as 20%, and then I had the one I had 100% and stuff. So how many CCS cases should you do? I think there were about 178. Someone told me that if you had the time, finish it. But for people who do not have time, you're studying for this exam in a very short time, people always advise to do maybe 60. So you can start from the 60 most high yield ones. I'm a very for completeness sake person, so I knew that I was going to end in 60. I was going to try to at least touch everything, even if I didn't do some so well. There's also a chance to mark a case to review later. So if you feel you didn't do well in this case, you want to review later, you can also mark it. So I started CCS cases. Some days I would do 5, some days I would do 10, some days I wouldn't do anything at all. So I've heard that for step 3, CCS cases are so important and they contribute significantly to the score that you get, which I believe. I don't know, but that's what I've heard. So also please try to incorporate CCS cases as early as you can. So the day 1 is everything from step 1, step 2. It can be anything. So an advice that my co-residents gave me that really helped me was they told me that everybody feels terrible on day 1, but it does not mean anything. Most people will pass. So even as I was feeling terrible, I kind of was telling myself, don't worry, you'll do well. And for some reason, yes, it felt weird, but it didn't feel as vague as step 2 was for me. So I told myself that step 2 did not feel good and you passed. So don't worry about anything you feel. And step 3, I just really wanted to finish and go. When I just want to pass and leave. So that helped me also. So I don't think there's any manual on this is the best thing to do for step 3. Step 3 is just that exam that is okay, you're a medical, you've graduated, or you're a resident or whatever, some medicine. Can you put all the medicine and try to solve this question? Some things are easy, straightforward step 1 things. Some things were I don't know what you guys are talking about. I know that people advise to do micro and pharma for step 1, but I felt my step 1 knowledge was pretty solid.
I also felt like I was comfortable with them because even though I'd done step one maybe 4 5 years ago, I still tutored a little bit. So I thought to myself that, see, how many pharma questions am I going to have? How many micro questions? I'm not a first aid person. I tried. I opened first aid and it didn't work. So I asked myself, let's say there are 10 micro and 10 pharmacology questions. I think I still trusted that I was able to answer at least half of them confidently without. So I was going to wing it, right? I told myself I'm going to wing this. So if you're wondering, do you have to? No, you don't. But if you do, please go ahead. But I still thought I was going to be fine. And I asked myself that, do I want to read this number of pages of first aid for 10 at most, or how many possible questions? And the answer was no. So I just focused on UWorld. When I finished UWorld, I didn't have a chance to go back. So I just started CCS. I continued my CCS cases. So something I did for CCS cases was, I think I also heard this from Diva and it helped. So there are some tests, like, when someone comes to the hospital, yes, we don't always do a CBC CMP, but for many cases you're always going to start with the CBC CMP. So you see those things that are specific or general, log those things in. So I noticed that on CCS cases, for example, whenever someone had a fever, you're always getting pox oxy. When someone came in with a chest pain, you're always getting chest X-ray and ECG. So you would begin to like see, those kind of. I had a note. So I don't know if you guys can see, but so for chest pain, I'll say, okay, get this for chest pain. Let me see. For altered mental status, CBC, CMP, TSH, CT, consult neuro. So I'll just like put in like the key things for each one. Let me see if there is like anything that is like very specific. So CCS cases are just testing how you think as a doctor, right? So if someone had a headache can be anything. Headache can be metabolic, headache can be infectious. So if you're thinking infectious or you're thinking meningitis or CSF, so you're going to order CSF this, CSF that. So that's what I did. And then there's also like a part of CCS called health maintenance. So health maintenance, this person is so age, colonoscopy, have they done it? If they've not done it, is other, like you have like some time at the end for your health maintenance. So always leave your health maintenance to the end. This person is sexually like active. Do they need STI testing? This, like, those kind of things. So CCS has like a system to it. So this is what I will challenge you to do initially, like to find the system to the CCS cases. And once you figure it out, like you just have to think as a doctor, like someone is coming with hypertension, what do you want to do for them? So you want to do a CBC, you want to check their urine, you want to do an ECG probably, so that was just really what it was. Someone has abdominal pain. Abdominal pain could be a chest thing, could be a stomach thing, could be a pelvic thing. So what do you want to do? And I think another thing for CCS is, so for somebody is coming with a symptom, even while you're diagnosing the symptom, you must always treat their symptoms. So if they're coming with pain, you're going to give them something for it. They're coming in with nausea, you're going to give them a nausea med. They're coming with vomiting, you're going to give them an antiemetic, right? And there's like CCS cases is also like timed, right? So there are things that they expect that, oh, you should do this before this time. So if, for example, I have a patient who is coming in with something and I'm still ordering the tests because I have like an idea of what the sickness is going to be and they're in pain, they might just text me, they might just put a prompt and say, your patient is still complaining of pain, and those complaints are removing your mark, right? So you also want to like do this in a timely manner. I know that this video is not very it's not very broad, it's not the best step 3 video out there. And I don't even know what the purpose of this video is. But what I'm just trying to say is focus on UWorld, everybody agrees on that, and CCS cases start early so that when you see the cases in the exam, they feel familiar, and find the system to the CCS cases. So I'm going to link those 2 super helpful, better videos than this in my description. Feel free to please go ahead, look there and watch it. I think with those 2 videos, Diva was just her own experience, which I appreciated, and the other guy talked about CCS cases. And like after I watched that guy's CCS cases, CCS was never like a problem for me. It just like everything just went like, it was like a breeze. So I would be also inciting clips. You might have seen some clips of my day writing step 3, and when my results came, I was very happy. It was very fulfilling. Like I just remember like how I felt. I was in the hospital. It was my shadowing day. I was like, okay, so this is it. Step 3 is done. Step 3 is dusted. Glory to God. Alrighty, I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye.